Freedom and motivation. What is the effect of freedom on motivation? Imagine how motivated you would be in each of these three scenarios. Scenario 1 of unlimited freedom, 2 no freedom at all, and lastly, a freedom within a boundary that directs you. This presentation will demonstrate how each scenario will have different effect on people's levels of motivation. Freedom enables individuals to express their innate desires that satisfy their basic needs. Freedom also allows individuals to choose and pursue or abandon those endeavors as their motivations change over time. Although, whether that freedom facilitates, debilitates, or optimizes one's motivation is another matter. The self-determination theory postulates that intrinsic motivation flourishes when the psychological needs of autonomy, competence, and relatedness are satisfied. The too much choice effect states that a higher number of options reduces the motivation to make a choice as well as the satisfaction with the chosen option. Results from two studies demonstrated the effect when options were spread out over many attributes and when the person had to justify the choice. This implies too much freedom reduces motivation to choose and satisfaction. Reactance is an unpleasant motivation or arousal reaction to reclaim or restore a person's freedom when it has been threatened or lost. A study demonstrated children's autonomy needs frustration and reactance due to controlling parenting style, predicting non-compliance. In contrast to reactance, people learn to be helpless after encountering inescapable or unchangeable circumstances, which then translate into later circumstances where change and escape is possible. Teacher-supported psychological control predicted students' learned helplessness towards learning and led to lower academic achievement. Taking away or diminishing a person's autonomy and freedom is seen as a negative aspect and fosters an unproductive relationship dynamic. A study demonstrated that when teachers provided both structure and autonomy support, it predicted students' behavioral engagement. Furthermore, in another series of studies, the presence of task rules during students' creative writing activity decreased their intrinsic motivation indirectly, but gave them a sense of direction, resulting in a net neutral effect on intrinsic motivation. This demonstrates that rules that provide purpose and are presented in an autonomy-supportive manner can support intrinsic motivation. So, in conclusion, having too much freedom debilitates a person's motivation to choose, as people become overwhelmed and less satisfied with their choices. In contrast, having too little freedom makes people frustrated and unable to satisfy their psychological needs. The take-home message here is that optimal freedom for motivation is found in an autonomy-supported boundary that directs the goal.